Well, reopening the food and beverage industry in a safe way has been challenging for restaurant owners everywhere. But a few local restaurants are rolling out new technology they hope will make their employees and customers feel at ease. Bluffton man Ryan Baggett, owner of Baggett's Bots, is using his digital marketing agency to help area restaurants reopen safely. He spent weeks researching new gadgets and talking to customers about dining experiences.
I couldn't believe how many people said, oh my gosh, I hate handling menus. It's one of my least favorite parts of dining.
Brand new is his Tap the Table technology. To use it, all a customer needs is a smartphone. Just open up the camera, tap the QR code sticker, and you have contactless service right in the palm of your hand.
When we have the menu, we've got options to see the live music, and we can even enter a special giveaway.
Additionally, the technology allows customers to ask questions, earn VIP points, and leave reviews. One of the first restaurants to implement Tap the Table is Big Bamboo Cafe on Hilton Head Island. The owner believes this service will allow customers to feel more comfortable as they begin to dine out again, and will also save money on paper and ink supplies.
Everybody's got a cell phone on them these days, so hopefully we won't have to print 1,000 menus every few days.
Baggett believes Tap the Table will be a big win for the environment, too, as fewer disposable menus will end up in the trash. He hopes his invention will be a good change that comes from the COVID pandemic and become part of society's new normal.
I do realize there's going to be a lot of permanent changes, especially in the restaurant space, and fortunately I think this one could be a positive one every way you look at it.
Right now, there are 3 area restaurants using Tap the Table. If you're interested in providing this service at your business, we have the information you need on our website at wjcl.com.
You thought you were in the Matrix with me, flashing in and out with Asta's amazing graphic. Today, CBB Nation, if you didn't know, you're going to know how you can potentially make $100,000 or more. Many of you already make more than that. Congratulations. We're going to have us some fun tonight. I'm out of the Matrix for a little while. Just kidding. I'm bringing you in with me. That's what's happening. It's been a minute, CBB Nation. Been in the kitchen cooking. You know what I'm saying? Who do we got? Anybody in here? Oh, man, there's Blaine. What's going on, man? Good to see you, brother. Hans out in Florida. I see you, baby. Look at him. Look at him. What is going on? Mir, my dear Asta. Thank you for the graphic, dude. That should get us some traffic there, eh? But we're only going to talk about the truth. This camera's making me look short. Man, how is it going, Jeff? What is up, man? We have some fun things planned. I've got to be organized tonight. I'm not going to take up all your time, but I am here to tell you that you can do it. This whole rest of the year has your name on it, baby. I'm talking to you, whether you are in Atlanta on the East Coast where I'm at, or you're way on the West Coast like my man John P. What's going on, baby? That's an OG right there, my man. I gotta hit you back. Owe you a phone call all the way from Canada. Boy, we got the whole thing, man. I'm telling you, Fiji, there she is. How you doing? I'm so glad you're here. She's just the queen over there in CBB and Pay Me GPT. All of the things. We've got royalty, serious royalty in the house. I think she let Austin know about that TikTok integration. If you hadn't heard, it's totally in the works. And Wendy's a big reason for that, as always. We love you, Wendy. And we're gonna have some fun. We got Charles Mack in the place. What is going on, man? I've got something for you. I think that you're really gonna like this episode, man. With your creative mind, this guy's the web chat king. And we're gonna have some fun. Miss Susan, how's it going? So glad you're here. I'm gonna just basically tell you guys all my secrets, all the tricks, all the things. There's no tricks, but all the things that I've done to actually become the Chatbot King. You already know. And I want all you guys to be the kings and queens of AI. You've got a much... Is Arizona in the Matrix? What is going on? Good to see you, man. All the way in Brazil. Brazil, baby. I'm telling you, we got it all. What's going on, man? when are you going to come on the podcast, bro? When are you coming? It's overdue. Daniel, what's going on, my man? I'm glad you're here. As always, if you guys have questions, please let me know. And we will break some things down. I'll show some fun things, I think. But I'm also going to bring the receipts, baby, because that's what we do around here. And if you don't keep up, you get left behind like that. So if you're here, rest assured, you are likely ahead of the pack already, and you only have up to go. And the reason we are doing this, what is the reason you build the chatbot in the first place, whether you're a business owner or an agency? What is the reason you should even care about this dude talking to you right now? If this is your first time with us, we're in this as a business, and we're here to make money. You are here to make money with your business, or if you're a business owner, you're looking to get back money, get back time. I was just hearing today at a client of ours, local to me on Hilton Head. And this is a long time client, one of the few that we actually still retain. And they were just talking about in a meeting, and I'm as a third party, overhearing this sort of thing and part of the conversations sometimes they ask little old Ryan for the expertise. And the problem, for us that have been in the game, like you guys would have chuckled. It's like, duh, that's a chatbot. That's what you need. Whenever someone does constantly emailing you or constantly asking the questions, this is the perfect time for a chatbot. And so I did tell them that we need to go ahead and make something easy for them to maintain, and they'll probably do it. This is a great digital marketing client. And just like Asta, he's in the chat, he posted today another interview. This guy's a master of getting the attention for us and himself, his personal brand and all that stuff. I'm going to talk about all that. So I've got actually a whole list here. I'm actually organized for once on these lives, and I really want to bring value to you. I might go in and out of order. If you have questions or comments and I see them, I might just stop and we'll talk about whatever you need to. But I will say the first thing that I'll talk about is messenger bots. There are so many people in CBB Nation that are only focused on the web part, which is totally cool. I get it. There's a huge need for that. Many of the other platforms out there outside of Chatbot Builder AI only offer the web channel. For us, this is the opposite. We started off way back in 2020 with only Facebook Messenger bots. That was it. That was enough. Later on, and this is the time, back in 2018, I really started dabbling pretty seriously in messenger bots for Facebook Messenger, because this was the dynamic channel. This was the coolest thing. Building apps or programs back then, not feasible for one person in general. Like, this was pre-ChatGPT, pre-AI coding agents. You weren't just going to whip something up back then so fast. I mean, even the smartest people. And so this was the very first step for us, Wendy included. She was with me when we started out on this agency, building the most amazing messenger bots. Okay, and luckily back then we had the web channel covered, essentially because Facebook Messenger used to offer a web chat widget, which they don't anymore. That was kind of good for us, honestly. But messenger bots was the thing that allowed me to differentiate myself with the digital marketing services that we offered from any other agency. There was no other agency competing with me in the area that knew anything about messenger bots or why they were useful. And that's also true today still. I don't believe any of the bigger agencies are focused on this. This is a much more difficult problem to solve than a traditional digital agency is going to be solving problems that are just based on numbers. How many impressions did we get you? What was the reach? How much can we bill you for the creative? This is digital marketing agency speak. This is how I started in general. But what differentiated me, what made me just sort of like a magician, was I could make your Facebook page or Instagram page provide an experience, extract information, and chunk that thing on a Google Sheet if that's what you needed to do. Then I stepped up, okay? This is what really started changing everything. And this is where I get to start showing you fun things. We started playing around with QR codes, which back then in 2020, 2021, in the US, QR codes were not popular. I had made the prediction many times over the years, and it is absolutely true today. You cannot go into your kitchen right now, probably no matter where you are in the world. You can't go to your kitchen right now and open up something, your pantry, your refrigerator, that does not have a QR code on it. For me, this is just massive opportunity. And shout out to the people that I know. Most of them are agencies with CBB that are actually doing this exact thing for restaurants, and they're super successful. I'm not going to name any names, obviously, but if that is you and you know who you are, you want to drop it in the comments, inspire others. That's a part of being a positive Paul, not a negative Nancy. But QR codes to a messenger experience. And this is the thing I want you to understand. This is what we're going to look at here. The next thing, NFC. Shout out to Mir. She messaged me today an ad for contactless business cards or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something like that. NFC, tap and get a contact. If you've not ever seen NFC, there's a lots of different ways they come. Here's one of the best ways. These are stickers, NFC stickers. Let's make sure I've got the NFC little slide on here. Yeah. Where is it? Oh, it's the ticker. Sorry, I'm crazy. NFC cards and tags. Chat launches. I messed up on the ticker there. Sorry, it was confusing me. This right here is so amazing when you get creative. How's that, Ryan? Well, I told you restaurants was my main thing. That was the easiest way. Restaurants and hotels were the easiest way for me to scale. My digital agency with a specialty, a niche of providing chatbots. That's all. There were no agents. There were no assistants pre-chat GPT. These are chatbots, man. To me, this was the first AI that was cool. It was AI in the fact that you're talking on Messenger. It's an automated journey, but you might not know that this is AI. This was I was convinced there was no chat GPT yet. Here's how you get creative with it. You got a coaster here, and on the back or on the front, NFC. Look at this, you see? Just like that. These stickers are so cheap. You get them always on Amazon. That's what I would recommend. And what happens is, unlike a QR code, which a QR code is great, and I'll show you another example, but the cool thing, you've got your phone and you've got your NFC. When you tap, boom, you get that notification, son. The notification. Open up chatbotbuilder.ai. And where is it going to take me? Look into it, voice thing. This is okay, so the last time I used this, funny, and I'm so good with my chatbot names. It says, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. It says Father's Day live video.
What's up? This is Tony. How can I help you?
2024. So what I did with you guys, we have to go look at that video. And this is I probably showed this exact thing, but I made a 11 Labs agent, 2024 Father's Day, and that was the greeting. I just want to say hello, hi. It'll be interesting to see what LLM, hey, what's up? You looking for something to just say? So this is the Tony Soprano, or excuse me.
What's up? This is Tony. How can I help you?
Tony Montana, Scarface. That's an experience. Do you see how I'm smiling right now? This is exactly how I would pitch every time that I would be called in to say, okay, Ryan, we've heard about you from so-and-so, or we experienced the thing and now we found you. What is all this about? And as soon as you see someone tap, and now just like you're almost controlling their phone, but you're not, you're just making a push notification pop up. You're like, oh, what's that? And they click it. Back then, we were just going to Facebook Messenger. And so it was a very cool thing to say, okay, look, before today, before you had these on your table, you didn't know what was going on your Facebook page. You weren't getting a bunch of messages, swiping through menus, swiping through galleries, asking questions based on buttons, basically back then, getting data and seeing the people. This was like the main cool thing. And whenever you walk in to a place that's going to require this stuff, they've never seen it before. The NFC is so cool. This is an example of a premium tap the table print. Okay, this is old school here, but this is Very nice material. It's great for outside. It's not cheap at all. It's very expensive, but this is like the best of the best. You have a QR code, and then you would just match that up with one of these NFC stickers. And I'm going to show you exactly how to like make it. So I'm not going to just talk about it. So the NFC sticker would literally go right underneath the actual deal here. That's like the way that I did it for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tables. Okay. And then I got fancy, and these you can't hardly find anymore, but there's also the kind where you have already created, there's NFC backing on these prints. And this is like an iPhone silhouette. These are cool. They're not so great for being outside. This, even without the pandemic stuff, which is a timing thing, which I've also got on here, timings and everything. Even that aside, this is such an easy sell for restaurants. I hope you guys caught that beginning intro where I was luckily featured on the news here locally. I want to show you just another example. This is like the largest NFC sticker that I've been able to find. This is how it look how it works. Can you see the silver lining right here? This is what makes this interact with your phone. And we'll go down here in Reflector, and I'll show you how to do it. I'll show you one more example. This in itself is a product. Okay, so these are different. Let's see, I've got a couple. These are NFC cards. They look just like the old school hotel room keys. You see, this has Chipotle, right? So you could tap or scan, and it would work. Let's see, I've got one more. I think that would be a good one to show you. Actually, a couple more. You got one for Applebee's, right? This is going straight to a Facebook Messenger page that I made for Applebee's. I've made so many of these. I've got a whole bag of pretty much every brand you can think of from back in the day. And going to different events, I'd be able to show people an exact replica, basically, in Facebook Messenger, just whatever demo, McDonald's demo, Chipotle demo. Tap it and boom, they're seeing what looks like their Facebook page with a quick way to get the email address or phone number, and then a quick way to see the menus, to see the clicks. And this is still today just magic to business owners that have not ever seen this. And this is going to be most business owners that are not ever going to have seen this before. You're going to be a super innovator just by showing this off. What I did was I made a Facebook page back in the day for every single client I actually wanted to show something to. I have two more things. This would be for another example of like an in-person experience. This is a sales rep card. No QR code on this one, but on the back could be the sales person's information. Again, tap, scan. You've got their contact information, or you're connected to Messenger, or you're going to a landing page, since now it's so easy with AI to create epic landing pages. And then you have so many cool things. I think that's probably going to be it, but this is like the key. These little stickers to make a connection in the physical world with your digital product on whatever channel that you want. Messenger, web chat, WhatsApp, Telegram, all of them. It's amazing. Could even work for SMS. And I think now I'm going to make sure I've got Reflector on so I can show you exactly how to make it. And I think we will make a new CBB account for this as well. So I'll start sharing my screen here in just a second. And I'll check on the comments, see if we have anything. Look at that. Yeah. You see the fun stuff here. Time capsule. That's right, man. I can't believe it's almost 2026. It's closer to 2026 than it is 2025, right? It's crazy. Okay, let's start sharing my screen here. So glad y'all are with me. Let's see. Do I remember how to do this? Share my entire screen. Go ahead and sign up here. And we'll make a new account, and we'll just call this NFC bot. NFC bot, son. Okay, let's see. I like open an app. I currently is like, I'm either seeing things for the first time or it's like just getting better. So we're in our brand new account here, and let's just go ahead and make a new prompt. We're gonna go to the AI hub, we're going to create an agent, and we'll just call this, what up? I shouldn't do that. Let's call it a general agent. Our general agent. You're a helpful assistant, and your name is Alfred, and you're here to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. All right. If you didn't know, you can now change your model here. You can change the temperature, max tokens. You don't need to mess with any of that. It's just totally up to you. You can allow the connected human built-in function that we've made for you to be enabled or not. And you can also enable web search now. These are things that are built into CBB now. I hope you all enjoy the new features here. But I've got my general agent all set up, and I'm going to set him as my default agent. So less clicks overall, and now we can actually go back and test this bad boy if we want to. But in this case, let's make a welcome message fun. Here's our regular welcome message. Let's just create a new flow, and we'll call this fun welcome. This is something that is a super secret if you're doing a demo, especially with people you don't know, and you need a good icebreaker, depending on what the brand is, depending on your personality. This maybe could be a cool thing, maybe not. For me, this is like a go-to thing. To be like, have something simple. Let's see, is it gonna work? Welcome to Ryan's Resort, located in sunny Florida. How can I help you? Okay, so there's my boring message, but then what I'll do is I'll add a little fun in the mix. Let's do sunny beach. Let's see what we got here. Happy Monday, happy Friday. That would be actually an interesting thing to do. You could do that with image generation now to have like a happy current day, thinking all the fun things. Sunny. Okay, let's just use this funny graphic here. Okay, and then maybe I could do something like this is a good one. Get a discount. Get a discount. All right. So I'm going to be able to tap welcome to Ryan's Resort. Here's my little fun, sunny graphic here. And I wouldn't use this one specifically. I would be a gangster and probably make a GIF with their brand. I've done that before with a super large mortgage company way back in the day, like one of the biggest ones in this United States. And this dude is about basketball, so I made a GIF of him and threw it in there. It's like a nice touch. Get a discount. I'm going to show you what you can do here. Let's make sure we stay organized. Collect that email. Okay, and save. And so I don't even need to use AI. This is one thing I'm going to show you. This is the old school way of building agents before there were agents and assistants. And I'm not going to use text. I'm going to use get user data. And I'm going to say to receive discounts and promotions in the future from Ryan's Resort, simply type your email below. Okay, and then maybe I'll say, we'll send you a confirmation email as soon as we receive your email address. And let's make it all fancy with a mail emoji with the E on it. That stands for email. By default, we're already looking for the reply type of email, but you could change that to phone number or any other type you like. Here, I'm just going to choose email, and I can see it's already saving automatically to email. I could allow to skip or not. I'm going to say nah. And here we go. I could do something like this. If I had email connected, could literally have a block going right here for the confirmation. I don't have email connected for this account since it's brand new. So I'm just going to let you imagine that this is very easy to do. You could also, if you want to be fancy, you could add code here and replace all this and just use Claude Code or ChatGPT, generate an awesome welcome email and include custom fields, and it will work. Very nice to personalize stuff. So let's go ahead and just give a success message here. So I'll say something like, perfect. Let's use another GIF to reiterate the point. Perfection. Let's find a phone. Okay, yeah, this dude. All right, cool. So now I've made a very simple flow. Now, what am I going to do with this, son? I'll show you. Don't worry. I'm going to change the channel here. Instead of omni-channel, I'm just going to go ahead and choose web chat. I'm going to click, if I'm from France, publish. That's how they say it over there. I love you guys in France for not like killing me yet. I love your language. And what I'll do here is I'll actually, because I'm fancy and smashy, I'll use my notes deal here. And I'm going to remove the HTTPS. That's going to come in handy. And I'm going to now have to use, let's put a, what's it called? Reflector. It should already be enabled. So I'm going to start sharing on my phone here. Let's see. Do I have the... Boom. Okay, cool. Copy. And I'm going to be sharing my screen here. Let's see if it pops up. Perfect. Boy. All right. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this NFC card. Let's use this Applebee's one. Here's the NFC card. Here's my phone. You see it on the screen. I'm going to go to NFC Tools. Okay. And so NFC Tools is the app that I recommend to use. It is free on Apple App Store, iTunes Store, I believe, the App Store. If you don't need to pay for one on Android, just find one that is free. There's no benefit that I'm aware of. I've thousands of NFC at this point over the years. You don't need to pay for any NFC app. I mean, if you maybe $1 or something, I don't know how apps cost anymore, but this is I've had forever. Okay, I'm not aware if I'm being charged. Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click write. I'm going to add a record, and it's a URL that I'm adding. I see HTTP is already added. This is like the number one thing over the years that has tripped people up. They'll include HTTPS twice. So the link that I got from the web chat on the computer screen is now on my app, and I don't include HTTPS here, and I'll click OK. And now I can see that URL is right there, son. So now I'm going to click on write, and I'll just tap. Oops. I'll just tap. And it says ready to scan, and I got the check mark. So now I should be able to tap here. I got the notification, click. Oh, goodness. Wendy, stop. All right, I'm going to tap and click, and there it is, NFC bot. There is my smile right there. There's my smile. And that's what I would tell people. I would say, literally in every demo, I'd be like, listen, that's a funny sunshine gift right there. Beautiful. How are you not smiling? It's okay to smile. I know this is the first time we've met, but it's okay to smile. I would say something like that in the demo, and immediately, like any kind of tension, you like 9 times out of 10, I don't recall it maybe ever flopping, although maybe it did. It was like, oh, okay, cool, he's funny. Okay, cool, we're real people here. Then I click get discount. And it's cool, just receive the discounts, give me that email. So we'll give the email, Ryan@AOL.com. And sometimes, like, if it was tense, this is like the one that would really make them laugh, or like, okay, that's funny. And it's like, okay, that's a funny dude. You don't have to like be serious, Sam, right now. Then you show them, okay, look, I got the email, I got the goods, man. We can get out of Reflector now. My phone just blows up all day. We'll go back, and then we can show them what I like to call the proof. Okay, so in our contacts, we're going to be able to see, here's the person here. I didn't ask for the name, but I should have to be more thorough. But what I do have is that email. I've got the proof of the interaction here. This is what it's about. This is the thing that when you have a restaurant group, this is like another secret, guys. Rather than going on a quest to find that one restaurant or that one hotel, the smart play is to always go after a group. They usually have group in the name. So if I've not shown you this example in a long time, let's do this. Should we use ChatGPT or should we use Google? I've never done this with ChatGPT. It might be better. I would think it is better. But I'll say this, let's try it, and I'll be able to tell you if it's super accurate. Give me the top 5 to 10 restaurant group businesses in Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, Savannah, Georgia, and anywhere in the immediate area that appear to be doing a lot of business because they have a lot of restaurants underneath their umbrellas. What I should do is like make this prompt better, which I might do that just to experiment, but it probably gives you about the same answer these days. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if like this is just going to save you all the time now, because I know pretty much all of them in this area. So I'm like, I know the answer at this point. I know something that maybe ChatGPT doesn't know as good as well. Compiling the restaurant groups. And so the reason, does anybody know the reason you would want a group versus just a single restaurant? The reason is, number one, they're going to more than likely understand the value of what marketing is, of why it matters to have a Facebook and Instagram presence, and how to show a tangible result, the hardest thing to do, which is grab the contact information. If you make it easy as possible, boom, baby, there's my people. That's number one. This was the group that I worked for many, many years. Shout out to Surge Group, 15 plus concepts, all the best places. This is their number one competitor, so that's straight on. The Salty Dog, okay, multiple Salty Dog, This actually would be a good one. Multiple places, also multiple mucho money, more than likely. Sea Pine, this is going to be probably more difficult in my area. These are all country clubs. Sea Pines, Palmetto Dunes, Rhino Hospitality, I've never heard. 11 to 12. Huh. Do I know these places? I am out of the loop. This is the one I do recall. But this would be a gangster little pickup, 11 to 12 concepts. This is the numbers that you're going to want to look for. It's just going to be such a better ride. Daniel Reed, these are excellent. These are all like high end. The Gaslight Group, this is a huge, like, okay, this is something where it would make total sense. This is a place that me and my wife ate at for many years for like a brunch, downtown Savannah. I didn't even know that they were a part of a group. I thought they were a one-off, but that makes this even better because I know the place. So like, this would be back in the day a very easy place for me to approach and just be, and not me knowing, okay, great, they're part of a group. Now, whenever I show them the thing, like, hey, you know, this is another like master tip. I hope winning someone over if you don't have a connection is so big, you know, and a lot of times in the service industry, they're going to tell you whatever you want. So if you're trying to show like a server or a bartender, hey, look at this thing I made you, take it with a grain of salt because they're kind of paid to like make you feel good in a way. Okay. But like at the same time, a lot of these places are going to have a much higher end, you know, employee or, employees. They're a lot of times trained to like find these sort of things. So like, it would be surprising to me if, you know, I was to approach a place like this and be like, yo, you guys need to have these QR code and NFC stickers. It's, you know, $500 setup fee. You've got 30 tables. That's what that costs. And then for the reoccurring service, to have that loyalty club, to have the email extraction and email campaigns, outbound campaigns is running, cost XYZ. You're going to be able to see the results. The coolest thing, and I didn't hit on this enough, the coolest thing about strategically placing these QR codes or NFC tags in a place like a restaurant or a hotel, if you can make it a part of the staff's welcome to encourage that tap, it goes up like times 10. No joke. In the early days, I would sit there and watch people going in a checkout line. Like it could say, get 10% off right now if you scan this. Meaning like you get the email address and now they're part of the club. They can get a 10% off thing one time. That would be a really easy deal. 10% off, 50% off. How big do they want to go? based on, whatever pricing. You can have your rules, but if the employees, why don't you scan the thing, man? Why don't you tap your phone there so you can get the point? Dude, it just skyrockets the engagement, right? So again, these are the places right here, local to me, from Hilton Head to Savannah. I can verify these are all good potential clients for the restaurant world. They all have multiple places. Let's just see if it can do this. I'm interested in only restaurant groups that have at least 10 concepts. Additionally, and in the same region, find hotel management companies in which that have at least 10 properties. This is it's like too easy now. Back in the day, this is several Google searches, man. 12 locations searched, 9 are listed on their site, but maybe, so this is like, to me, and it came so fast, this is like almost old information, because they definitely had 15 or so, and it just said so up there. 9 listed on their website, but maybe closer to 10. I'll bet you there's more. So here you go. This is big in the hotel world. It's much more difficult, and depending on your network, which is another big thing, depending on who you know. In my experience, it's more difficult to get in with a hotel management company, but if you do, you're going to have a lot of success if you do your job. These are both my bread and butter. I remember going down to Florida was like my main area. I don't remember how many hotels we had, but it was so many. It was so fun. I was younger when I had these contracts, my early 20s. Going down to Florida was so much fun. Daytona, Fort Myers, which they got hit by a huge hurricane a couple of years ago. But if you get in with the hotels, the way they started it with me was they gave me 4 to begin with. And these are like 2 that were doing really, really well, and 2 that like needed drastic help. And these were independent. So like, these are not, I don't believe, these are not like your Holiday Inns or like your Hampton Inn. That's all Hilton stuff. These are going to be independent. Let's verify that. Do those hotel management companies run independent hotels, or are they running franchises like the Holiday Inn and such? Let's see what it tells me. I bet the one with 100, these are going to be is HIE, what is that, Hilton these days? Third party operator, almost entirely franchise brands. So like, that's how you get in. It's going to be, the trick is to not necessarily go direct to corporate here, the brand. They're not going to be making the decisions. Instead, you would go to the management group, because they're the ones that are running the show. This is like inside baseball. No one really tells you, especially the ones that are doing it, because that's that's the secret. You can't, it's much more difficult to like break in through one of these brands than it would be through one of these that you can really research and reach out to. Franchise again. So again, Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt, Peachtree, heavy into franchise. Which ones are independent? Let's find some. Give me the top hotel management company that specializes in independent hotels and resorts in this area in general. This is where I had the most success, and there was a mix. RMC, that's Vacation Homes. Sea Pines, that's not what we're looking for. I don't want to put any of the companies that I work for out here necessarily, but that would take some more research, I guess. Let's see what else is on my little banner here, so I make sure I hit all the things. Okay, yeah, so there was a deal with timing. I think the timing of the COVID deal, that really propelled us, to be quite honest. It's sad to say that in certain ways, but like, I'm grateful no matter what. But that was timing, and it was me reaching out through Instagram to Riley. Shout out to her. She's like the best local reporter in our area. And I was lucky to get 1 or 2 segments on her news channel, and that really helped. Another thing that helped us, which is not a thing anymore, back in the day, my biggest bottleneck a lot of times to be able to create all of these, NFC cards for all these different places was literally the extraction of data. Can you believe it? Like, times have changed so much. Like, what you guys have today to be able to do what I was doing in 2020, 2021, even 2022, until that API kind of got released into the wild, it was so much different. I remember paying many different overseas organizations just to have people go find these menus, extract what they could, because they're all so different. Some were PDF. This is a challenge. And now it's like ChatGPT Tizzle done. Sorry to say, those jobs are gone. Sayonara. Let's see. This is another big one. Service businesses. And this is also going back to QR codes, guys. This doesn't have to be just on a table or on a wall somewhere. This could be on equipment. And one of the biggest wins that Wendy and I had was we did such a good job with a service business, which is a land clearing business, right? That a manufacturer saw one of the video pieces that we produced that featured their equipment, and bam, got them as, they're still a client today. This manufacturer, they're awesome people. The QR codes are on their machines. They're like lasered on there. They lead to a manual, or they lead to a helpline through chat. So when you get inside, these are the AI systems I believe that Sam Altman was talking about. Let's see if ChatGPT can tell us about that. Can you tell us about the quote from Sam Altman related to what he said about AI systems and what people should be building? Altman. Let's just see what it pulls. I'm not going to read all that. I don't think there's anything good here. It would have been more fun to ask that audibly, but I don't think you guys would be able to hear it, unfortunately. One of the quotes I can tell you was AI systems. That's the real purpose of these agents. You can make systems. So imagine when you have a QR code, lasered onto a piece of equipment, or you've got your DNA on every single restaurant table. Okay, you're able to, unless you do something crazy, or unless your stuff doesn't work, which if you're in our platforms, it always works. You're ingrained in that business, guys, that you're not worried if they're going to re-sign me next month or next year. I mean, you're in there like swimwear, and they depend on you too. So that's the other thing. Like, you're getting a dependable service when you're going through a chatbot builder using our tools, because you've been around the block and we've done this for a long time. To have the phone system plugged in, it all can roll together like dominoes. So first you wow them with the NFC stuff. You wow them with this. Okay. Now they trust you because they can see people tapping, interacting, chatting, getting the result, whatever that is, whether it's email, data collection, or direct sales, e-commerce, whatever. They trust you now. The next step up, if you haven't already sold them, are additional channels. This is how you make the money. So unless you're running at a massive scale, it's much more difficult, in my experience, to raise a substantial subscription fee based off of just one channel. It's not impossible. But to me, it's like, okay, you've got value on the Facebook Messenger, the Instagram, the WhatsApp. This covers mostly all business social. TikTok, again, right around the corner. Shout out to Austin for leaking that video. Then you've got SMS and email. And I know that there is this red tape stuff about SMS I'm not going to get into with text messaging. For me, it's never been any issue because it's reactive messaging. It's not necessarily something I would ever push for outbound, and that's annoying to me too. But again, there's a time and a place. Could be for the client that I mentioned over on Hilton Head today that I began with. The main problem that they were having recently, at least, is like when people sign up to be a part of their retreat. This is a wellness type center, very, very pricey. They're there for 2 weeks, sometimes longer. They sign up and then they get and a lot of these people will email back and have their questions. Okay, even though they just booked, here's all the questions. Well, how do I, get the meal credits? How do I sign up for this class or this shuttle or whatever? These are all questions that should be and probably will be the next couple of weeks. I'll update you guys. Handled by an agent, handled by a bot. Okay, this is just, to me, to us, it just makes sense. For me, hearing that conversation earlier today, it's like, ding, solving problems. And there's always going to be a problem with communication. You're in the right industry when you can say, okay, all businesses are going to need to always communicate. This is the thing you can bet your last bottom dollar on. Businesses must communicate with their customers. And basically, I would argue with anyone from now to the future, every single business is going to use AI in some way. So you're using CBB for business communication, you're in the right place. Let's see, was there anything else? Yep, so the equipment, there you go. Specialized QR codes, one-tap access, we went through that. I think that might be it. Let's see. Yeah, so this is the last piece here. Scaled with referrals, timing, and media credibility. So it's one thing for one person to say this or that. Let's see if I can find the thing. Austin maybe could drop the link. Let's see if I can find it. It's worth seeing here. And I'll throw it on my screen just so you can see it's not just, oh, he's lucky he got on the news. Austin's been on the news more than I have at this point. I'm going to see if I can put him on blast here. Oh, Asta, the man from Fiji. Where's he at? Yeah, here we go. Look at this, guys. He's such a beast. We love Asta. Look at this, dude. This is what you want. Let's skip. Look at my man right there. Look at my man. Does the guy not look like the ultimate AI guru of Fiji? That's what you're looking at. If you haven't watched that, it dropped today. But Austin, if you're still in the comments, I mean, how many times have you been on the news at this point? He's got skyscrapers. I'm just like blowing his whole feed up. Look at this, guys. This is how you do it, man. We've had a billboard in Fiji for 2 years in a row. There's Wendy right there. Shout out Bright. Hey, thanks for having an awesome Facebook. Also, just throw you out there and for the world to see all 34 million people. Guys, this is what it's about. It's about making it happen. The reason I'm able to share every little secret that I've done, all these ways to make a bot, an agent work outside of the traditional means, I'm giving it to you because I know, for one thing, it will help the people that really want to make waves in this space and put agents in the real world. They're running to Amazon right now to get some NFC tags, and they're thinking about there's already QR codes in my pantry, in my refrigerator. How can I get my agent in that QR code? That's the big win. From stadiums, this is another thing, from stadiums to amusement parks to zoos. There's so many. Oh, I've got to shout out. I've got to find one important message here too. I hope I can find this without wasting too much time. And I can't see myself how silly I look right now, but I've got to find this thing here to shout out our homie. Golly, I hope I can find it. Oh, I think I did. Hold up, let me see if I can find it. Not gonna mention what this dude is specializing in, but it's absolutely epic. Where could it be? Did I miss it? I hope not. David, if you're watching, I'm looking for that picture of your son. I can't find it. Daggone it. David is one of the OGs in CBB and Pay Me GPT agency with us over there. I can't see the message anymore, but his son says he's a big fan of the show. That to me was just so cool. I'm looking right now, just can't see it. Daggone it. If he sends me that picture again, I'll put him out there. But there he is. I found him. That's what happens when you don't give up. And it's like the coolest picture ever. This might be the youngest CBB fan that we've got. Look at this guy. Shout out to David's son. David, you're awesome. I kept my promise. Almost forgot, but shout out to you. I hope you become the AI Jedi that you look like right now. The AI Jedi. CBB Nation, we are a different type around here. We're a different crew. My whole job, Wendy's whole job, Oz's whole job is to help you. We want an army of AI ninjas, AI Jedis. The imposter syndrome does not exist Take that out of your brain because you're making some of the coolest things ever with CBB and PMG. Let's see. Yeah, dude. NFC stickers. That's what it's about. President Bush, baby. President Bush is in the house. I know that he knows all about some NFC. What do we got? Tony Montana. Yeah, I started out. Pernell, what's up, baby? What's up, Robert? I've missed I need to scroll down. Awesome. Asta is the man. There he is. There's Luis. He's been helping out a lot. Shout out to you. We got a link up after this. Kim is in the house. I didn't see you earlier. What's up, Kim? I was missing you. Yes, the chatbots are strong in David. That is the truth. John, yes, thanks for sticking with us. This is how we did it. This is how we scaled. The trick, guys, is to look beyond what's just right in front of you. And the trick is to look for the scale that's already there. If you can help a single place go from one to many, you're in there like swimwear forever, you know. But it's, in my experience, it's going to be a much easier road to find a group, whether it's hotels or restaurants, or if you're going for real estate, rather than going to the realtor, you go to the broker, the person in charge of that place. That's how you get things moving. And the value that you have is going to be much more clear to these people, in my experience. Liz, what is going on? Shout out to you. I just could never learn it too hard. I could never get to learn. You could totally learn it, Liz. You could learn anything. We're here to help you always. Greg, he's an OG. He says, I buy blank cards for like 20. Yep. Let's see if I can find, before we go, let's see if I can find y'all what I buy for NFC from Amazon. Straight from Amazon, man. Always have. There's so many things. Let's look at this. Look at this. Yeah, NFC. Dexter knows. So look, this is a whole company. They ring. That's my doorbell. There's a bunch of NFC companies at this point, but look, you can be your own today. You get a whole roll of this stuff. $9 for 30 pieces, it says. You don't need, some of these are not going to be what you want. You do probably want the adhesives if you go with this count. They got different colors, the different sizes. Black cards, that's cool. Let's see. There is a video that I did as well. Let's see. Ryan, Baggett NFC video. Come on, let's see if I have it on here. Yeah, this is like my one video where I've actually got like, oh, this is on Facebook or Instagram. Where's the one on YouTube? This one, I think. Look at this AI ad. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. 106,000 views, baby. 3 years ago. If you want to print stuff, I show you a whole little tutorial here. Back when I was a young man. There's a cool little printer. It's like $500. Let's see. Look how cool I used to be. My Photoshop skills, baby. There's the same exact. I've been doing this thing, man. The same exact thing that I showed you guys earlier. NFC, whatchamacallit? NFC tools. I've been on this thing. And you just tap and go. Bam. Yeah, look at my cool jacket. The guy from the video. Oh, man, Austin, thanks again for letting me hog your Facebook. Yep, that's it. All right, man. Charles, I'm glad you hung out. Enhance that. Yeah, enhance that NFC, baby. Yes, and she will help you, and anyone else out there. She does amazing office hours. And I love you so much for that, Kim. I'll be joining more of those, I promise you. Guys, I think that's all I've got for you today. More updates are on the way. We will show off, if you haven't seen, WhatsApp calling soon, as well as it's around the corner. TikTok, baby, is right around the corner. We found out, and this is probably some things I probably shouldn't say still, but if you're here this long, I'll give you the sauce. TikTok's been so difficult, and we found out they're pushing U.S. companies like to the back of the line. But luckily, CBB Nation, we're global, baby. We're global. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Wendy? Wendy's the key. She's the key to the success. We love Wendy so much. And that's right. I love joining you guys. Your office hours, they can't be beat. You know, I look at these other competitors, these other platforms that they have similar things, and they have massive numbers. They've been around the block a little longer, way more boring, a little far behind as far as the technology goes. Our office hours smokes theirs. I'm sorry, I'm proud. That's the Nation Network. Yes, we got all the power, baby. All the power. You got to put your gangster glasses on and let people know you are masterminds. All right, folks. When are the office hours, Kim? If you want to drop those in the comments. She does it, 2 of them. What is it, Wednesdays and Sundays? They're amazing. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. Love y'all. Peace.